Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, a little reaction to the ToyotaCare 250 NASCAR Xfinity race, the Joey Gase and Dawson Cram incident. A little background on this. Dawson Cram actually drove for Emerald Gase Racing back in 2022, drove one race at Darlington. He drove the 35 car, actually. So, I don't have an issue with drivers expressing their frustration and showing that element of it. What I do have a problem with is breaking NASCAR rules. Number one, walking on a hot track. You don't do that. You don't throw something at another driver like that. Yes, I know back in the day they used to throw helmets, they threw gloves, they threw this. No, there's rules in place now for a reason. This is 2024. This isn't what's happened in the past. The fact he threw that on the windshield of the car. What would have happened if Dawson Cram would have yanked the wheel to the right? He could have hit the safety worker standing there. He could have hit Joey Gase. Thankfully he didn't, but what he could have. NASCAR puts rules in place for a reason. So I agree the rules are the rules now. They weren't then, but they are now. You could have caused all kinds of issues walking across the hot track. He could have got hit. Somebody could have got killed. So I think he needs to be definitely punished for that. Let's take a look at it and see if they should really show the actual accident itself. So let's take a look at the Dawson Cram Joey Gase incident at Richmond. So it looks like Cram got into the back of him going into the corner. Tagged him pretty hard going in the corner. Yeah, yes, he backed into the wall extremely hard. That is a lot of damage to that car. So walking away from that safety worker, one, they did wrong right there. Walking by other cars that are and then throwing this on a car. If he could hurt a hung right there, they'll show that this is a better angle. So he's walking away from the safety guy. And now he's playing in traffic. So if Dawson Cram would have hung her right, he could have hit Joey Gase and he could have hit that safety worker as well. What if that would have stuck on the windshield and he would have ran into somebody because you couldn't see? People are going to think this is very harsh punishment, but I think it fits the crime in this case. I think a 1 week suspension. Now, if you look at Joey Gase, he's ran in the Xfinity Series this year 3 races. So if you suspend him for Martinsville, it's not going to do a whole lot because I don't think he's even scheduled to race at Martinsville. So this is race 6. So Canoni Ogata is due to race next week, the race 7 of the year, and then everything else is still TBA. So a 1 race suspension for Joe Gase isn't going to do a lot, but it's still something. I think they need to do that. I don't think a penalty or fine is honestly, the suspension probably wouldn't do anything either, but it needs addressed. It needs addressed heavily. So a 1 race suspension, that way other drivers are like, we better not do that, because what could have happened? I know people are like, but it didn't. Right. But I don't care what Tony Stewart's done in the past. I don't care what Dale Jr. did in the past. I don't care what happened 10, 15, 20 years ago. Today's rules are black and white. Now, we're going to go back 2 years. And this is why I say this. Las Vegas 2022 fall race. Yes, Bubba Wallace. He walked across a hot track. He confronted another driver. People claim he should have been suspended for more than 1 race because of those issues. He should have been suspended for walking across a hot track. He should have been suspended for confronting the driver. Joey Gase did exactly the same thing. So don't scream about one driver needs suspended for doing it. when this driver just did the exact same thing. He walked across the hot track. Not only did he confront another driver, he threw something at the driver when the driver was behind the wheel of a car. So, one race suspension and a fine. Either suspension and a fine, or just a suspension. I'd be fine with either way. But that is my reaction to the Dawson Cram Joey Gase incident. Should be a one-race suspension for Joey Gase for walking across a hot track and throwing something at another driver. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show, and don't just have a great day, have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.